Then, when you look at this part here, this part is made up of what we call the semilunar valves. These semilunar valves are found at the base of the major arteries. The semilunar valves are found at the base of the major arteries. And what is the function of these semilunar valves? The semilunar valves are going to prevent the backward flow. They're going to be preventing the backward flow of blood to the ventricles when they are relaxing. Because when the ventricles relax, what happens is that they are receiving blood from the contracting auricles. So when this auricle is contracting, it means it is pushing out the blood that was inside them, either oxygenated blood and the deoxygenated blood into the ventricles. So we don't expect the blood that had already earlier on through the lab dubbed sound or the heartbeat, the blood that was pumped out of the ventricles to flow back into the ventricles. The only blood that we need flowing into the left ventricle and the only blood that we need to be flowing into the right ventricle is blood that is coming from the contracting right auricle and the contracting left auricle. And that is the function of the semilunar valves. It prevents backflow of blood into either the right auricle and into either the left. The semilunar valves prevents backflow of blood either into the right ventricle or either into the left ventricle when the ventricles are relaxing and receiving blood from the auricles. So that is the function of the semilunar valves. And these semilunar valves makes the aorta and the pulmonary artery to have a very special feature. Because we say, then one of the major differences between veins and arteries is that veins have valves that prevents backward flow of blood in the valves. Arteries lack valves. What makes the blood to flow in a forward direction in the arteries is the pulsating action. The pulses, the pulse rate makes blood to flow in a forward direction, because in the pulsating action there is always going to be a continuous contraction and relaxation along the arteries. Let's look at the functions of the internal parts of the heart. And we've said this heart is divided into two parts. Okay? Heart has 4 chambers. The heart has 4 chambers. Okay? And these 4 chambers, it has 2 atria. It has 2 atria and 2 ventricles. This is the presence of the 2 atria and 2 ventricles. So, what do we say under the atria? Atria forms upper chambers of the heart, while ventricles form lower chambers of the heart. Atria forms the upper chambers of the heart, while the ventricles will always be forming the lower chambers of the heart. And these atria, they are made up of thin-walled. Atria are made up of thin walls, and automatically the ventricles are made up of thick walls. Made up of the thick walls. So that is the one of the functions of the heart. It has those 4 chambers. Apart from that, what does the chambers do? We see that the right atrium, as we earlier on seen what is an atrium and what is a ventricle, the right atrium receives deoxygenated. And what do we mean by a deoxygenated blood? A deoxygenated blood is a blood that has less oxygen. So it is going to receive deoxygenated blood from the body organs, except what? It is going to be receiving blood from all body organs except the lungs. Because lungs are going to be giving blood to the heart. And which type of blood? Oxygenated blood. Okay? While the left atrium, let me just underline the keywords, the left atrium, what does it do? Receives oxygenated blood from the lungs through the pulmonary vein. That is the function of the atriums. Right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body organs except the lungs. That is a very key point. While the left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs through the pulmonary vein.